I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck?
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
What's good, my people? You're watching the MC Too Tall show. I'm MC Too Tall. I have a rap career, and I don't work at Walmart. So, I mean, you could come looking for me if you don't like what I have to say, and look in Walmart for me to give me a piece of your mind like that. But, you know, you're gonna come up dry because I don't work for Walmart. Now, we're gonna talk more about these content creators. Apparently there's a thing between Destiny and Chunk Yogurt. I mean, Chunk Yuga's nephew there, Hassan Piker, Piker, whatever the guy's name is. Now, I have no stake in taking any sides between Destiny and Hassan. I will say this: a broken clock can be correct twice a day. And he is 100% right to rename Destiny Molestiny. That's a pretty cute name for him, a cool name, a fitting name for Destiny. But other than that, he is a far left loon. Both of them are far left loons. They are beyond even Cenk. Now, while I do think Cenk's sentiments of remorse are real, he does fail to take the accountability that he was one of the people that spoke the language that led to violence. And he'll never take accountability for that. Dave Rubin tried to make him take accountability for that, and it was to no avail on a recent broadcast of Piers Morgan Uncensored. And I could show the clips or whatever, but you could also go on either Pierce's or Dave's YouTube channels to see how those unfold yourself. I would recommend looking at the Pierce one because, you know, you get to see Batia's cute face on there. But anyway, freaking Hassan versus Destiny. Hassan versus Destiny. And when a situation like this arises, it begs the question, where's my fuck 'em both button? Because I would press that shit all day, every day, when dealing with these two radical shitheads. These are the people that speak the language that incite the violence. Especially these two people. When the first Donald Trump assassination attempt happened, Destiny was like, fuck Trump, fuck the guy, the firefighter, whatever. If you die at a Trump rally, I will make fun of you. This is what he said. And, he's a scumbag for saying that. He was given the chance on Piers Morgan again to walk that back, and he didn't. He didn't. I mean, there's First Amendment, so you can use that First Amendment right to be a jerk-off. And Destiny is not short of showing what a jerk-off he is. Exercising his First Amendment right, abusing his First Amendment right, should I say. But right along those same lines, no better, no worse, but right along those same lines is Hassan Piker. I mean, in the days leading to the death of Charlie Kirk, he was screaming out how leftists need to take to the streets. I mean, you can't say this is figurative. This skinny, scrawny bastard, this chump that can't fight, that can't get into the fight himself, is screaming at his listeners to take to the streets and start ripping their guts out, or blowing their guts out. Blood and guts all over the streets. Something to that effect. You have to look at his videos to see that for sure. I mean, he was screaming like a deranged jihadist. So he's as big of an inflammatory fuck as Destiny. And these people love to say, cool the temperature when something happens, but never take accountability that this is all from the left. When somebody spews out all this violent rhetoric, they wait until after the violence happens, the physical violence happens, before they condemn it and say, oh, let's cool the temperature. This is never coming from the right. This never comes from the right. I'm blatantly saying that. It's all from the left. It's all from the blue. It's all from you on the side of the blue. You.
Johnny, what's up, people?
Shout out to my peoples. And so, all this blood-curdling violence and this language that supports it comes from the left. It comes from people like Hassan Piker. It comes from people like Destiny. To a smaller degree, it comes from people like Cenk Uygur. I'm not going to say it's as big, but we're not going to say it's completely non-existent either. These people from the left call for this sort of thing. Let's talk about other public figures that made it known that they more than just lean left. Kathy Griffin with the facsimile severed Trump's head. You know? People like that. Madonna announcing that she's thought long and hard of blowing up the White House. You never hear somebody like, as much as I don't like him, somebody like Mitt Romney saying that during the Obama years. As much as I don't trust Alex Jones, you don't hear him say that during the Biden years. This all comes from the left. The left, the left, the left just left. And this is why I say those of us from the kind of centrist, kind of right-leaning-ish types to the far right need to understand that the new spectrum exists where used to be right of center. That's where the new spectrum exists now. That's where the new spectrum begins. The new spectrum begins right of center, and then the left of that has to be written off. That doesn't mean go out and pick them off like in a duck hunt. That doesn't mean bring violence to them. Definitely, if armed, return fire if fired upon, of course. But don't go looking for them, because we're better than that. Don't provoke attacks against them, because we're better than that. Well, what I'm saying when I say write them off, that means don't include them in our conversations about improving the country, because they're not well-intended people with just different ideas for a better America. They don't want a better America. They want to destroy America. And the people who want to make a better America, they want to destroy them too. And they are oh so gleefully happy when people on our team get shot at, get murdered, get physically attacked. Somebody was at Andrew Tate's house with a knife trying to stab him to death. And when he couldn't get to him, he started slashing up people that were doing construction on his house. Guy was posing as a construction worker. He brought a knife with him. When he couldn't get to Andrew Tate to stab him, he started slashing his knife at the real construction workers that spotted him and held him down until the authorities came. A while back, I think it was like a month or two ago, somebody showed up to Nick Fuentes' house with a gun to try to blow Nick Fuentes away. You know, you can't just agree to disagree with the guy. You got you chumps out there got to show up with a gun and come after him, and that's when you know you lost the argument. That's why I say I can't be nonviolently silenced. I mean, I've said that in some of my comments, that I cannot be nonviolently silenced. William Cooper wasn't nonviolently silenced. I don't look for martyrdom. Most people who've become martyrs don't go looking for that. Charlie Kirk certainly wasn't looking for that. William Cooper wasn't looking for that. And as a matter of fact, when he put out his $20,000 of his own money and put out a booklet to a whole different bunch of people whose addresses he found in the phone book, just so that these people have this information, he did that not to become a martyr, but to have the hopes that they wouldn't come out to try to take him out, knowing the consequence and the backlash that they would be bringing upon themselves. And it did work for a while. It did work for a while. It took them years to come up with a strategic plan to take him out. And the plans to take out William Cooper, I think, predated 9/11. Of course, his death was the same year as 9/11, but a couple months later, he died November 5th, 2001. And of course, as you know, 9/11, September 11th, 2001. And it's gotten to a point where they're so brazen about it, they're not as good at hiding these things as they used to be for some odd reason. Because they are too overconfident, they are too arrogant, they have so much overconfidence to believe that they have enough of the population dumbed down to believe whatever the news tells them. And there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong. It's an insult. It's an insult to your intelligence when they say these things, when they vilify certain public figures. When the supposed right-leaning news on TV plays a charade and leads you down a rabbit hole with a few little jabs and insults towards the left. And I'm talking about the news anchored by people that are supposed to be on our side, the right side. You know, they'll lead you down a rabbit hole and throw in a few jabs and insults at the left and keep you lured in. Well, the left, they're just freaking fanatics. They love pulling that Hitler ripcord. Stephen Miller, oh, he's Hitler. Elon Musk, oh, he's Hitler. Don Jr., he's Hitler. Donald Trump himself, oh, he's the Hitler of Hitlers. He's more Hitler than Hitler himself. Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. Like I said, they were to make an old school 1979 style rap song about everybody they think is Hitler. They ought to. Instead of clap your hands, everybody clap your hands. Just go, you're Hitler, you're Hitler, you're Hitler, 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 you're Hitler, you're Hitler, you're Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. They might as well do that and just get it over with. They love pulling the Hitler ripcord. They love doing the Adolf Hitler song and dance. These cowards, these freaks. I'm starting to think if their hair is the color of the shirt I'm currently wearing, don't trust them. If they got a door knocker hanging out of their nostrils, don't trust them. And so, here's where the problem lies. Here's where the problem lies. They are so deranged now that they're eating their own tail, throwing each other under the bus. You know? I mean, if Destiny didn't throw a few insults at Cenk and Hassan, would Hassan be calling him molestany by now? I mean, there's some truth to it. There's some truth to it. Destiny should be in jail. Stephen Brunel should be in jail. I mean, he did request nudies from underage girls, and he should be in jail for that. He posted sex tapes or posted sex videos without the consent of any of the parties in it. I mean, that's in Florida where he lives, that's jail. And how did somebody that radical end up in Florida? I mean, did he start out in Florida when it was still purple and things just started turning red around him? Kind of like how New York over here was kind of not even purple, but more like a burgundy color. More like a reddish purple. And then everything turned blue around me. I mean, is that what happened with him? I don't know. Should I even care? The guy's a punk. Guy's a punk. And they're going at each other's throats. I hear Cenk doesn't even talk to Hassan anymore. Or Destiny. Once in a while they'll appear on the same TV show when a host like Piers Morgan calls them both onto the same panel of 5 or 6 people. But other than that, no. I don't know what made it a great idea for Piers Morgan to have Cenk and Dave Rubin on the same panel. Knowing the history the two of them have and how much they can't stand each other. Dave Rubin, as you know, is somebody who has left the left. And you have quite a few people that have done that. Candace Owens used to be on the left, if you could believe that. If you could believe that, Dana Lash, prior to graduating high school, used to be on the left, if you could believe that. Leo Terrell was once very critical of Donald Trump. And now he's one of the biggest Trumpers going out there. And it's a very interesting phenomenon. As you know, Tulsi Gabbard was a Democratic Party leader. They screwed her. The name Kennedy was synonymous for years, decades, with the Democratic Party. Robert Kennedy Jr. is now part of the Trump cabinet, so is Tulsi Gabbard. Donald Trump himself actually supported Hillary in her 2008 run for president. And that's another disaster. Hillary's 2008 run for president should have been a clear sign that they should not have put her up. The DNC should not have put her up. They had a better shot with the incumbent vice president at that time in 2016. I mean, this still would have been Trump serving his second term, but Trump would have started in 2020 rather than 2016 had they put Biden up. Instead of Trump, Biden, Trump, it would have been Biden, Trump, Trump, is what I'm saying. But they love throwing a wrench in the works. And they keep eating their own tail. And they've been cutting each other's throats for years. Speaking of the 2016 presidential race, they cut Bernie's throat. They screwed Bernie over. And he came back for more. And they screwed him again in 2020. So, I mean, he would have lost to Trump either way. But had they not cheated, he would have been the Democratic nominee 2 election cycles in a row. But that's the left screwing each other over, going at each other's throats, eating its own tail. And that's what the left has become, a tale of eating your own tail. And we see it here with Hassan versus Destiny. Unbelievable. These men are not men. I don't know what nouns to put on them. Freaks. Violence advocates. I know some adjectives. I know at least 3 adjectives I have for both Destiny and Hassan Piker. Despicable, disgraceful, disgusting. Everything left of center is written off. Everything left of center is written off. We got to concentrate on everything from center right. That's your new spectrum. Because you don't want to be the bad guy. And it's very important that you don't want to be the bad guy. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, is you don't go after them, but don't be stupid, protect yourself. And then you just write them off. Don't include them in your conversations. Any of them infiltrate any group chats or whatever, kick them out. Don't interact with them. Don't argue with them. Go about your business. If you want to say something that pisses them off for a little bit of entertainment, funny, whatever, go ahead, do that, whatever. But don't like do a constant barrage of abuse on them. Kick them out and continue the serious conversation. You know, let the men do the men's work. And when these juvenile-minded creatures from the left want to launch verbal attacks against you, don't interact with them. Just move along. We're past debate. If you're gonna debate, work out things between your other peers on the right side. That's the human side. Debate amongst humans is what I'm saying. And on to my many fans and followers, I say this. Proceed with caution. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati, because they're in full swing now. They're real. They're out there. Watch out for them. Like, follow, share, subscribe, definitely comment. Your input is well appreciated. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building. Hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. Till the next time, my people.